Welcome to my world! It's nail time! Hey everyone, welcome back to another Dip Powder Mondays, and we are going to be doing EcCosmetics Black, and I did mix my own glitter dip powder today. I will do a video of that soon. So we're just going to be using all 3 bottles of the dip powder, and she did actually leave her nails on so I could show you how to file these off. Now we struggled with the drill bits because this dip powder was so strong. It was really on there between the glue and the glitter. It did take us a while to file, so I went with my McCart 5-pack drill bits, and those weren't really coarse enough. And then I went back to my fine drill bit that I got from Young Nails. Also, you could get this at Born Pretty. It's like $10 at Born Pretty. It is like the same. I prefer my Born Pretty one than I do my Young Nails, and that's just me being honest. I have this one for a long time, and I think that's why it files more, way better. As you can see, these nails are like really on there. The glue is actually really on there. So I did struggle filing them off, but we didn't want to soak them, because if you soak dip powder nails, because they're only adhered with a gel resin, the whole nail will just kind of like pop off. And because she's been working really hard keeping these nails on, we didn't want to soak them, so we did have to deal with the whole filing process. Also, someone asked me about my giveaway. Yes, I am still doing my giveaway. Some have not been following the rules, but I did have a few of them. If I hearted your comment, then that means that you're okay. But if I didn't, it's because either one, you weren't subscribed to me, or you didn't like, or you didn't follow me on Instagram. So if I didn't heart your comment, that's because you haven't followed me on my social media. But this is my favorite drill bit for the cuticle area, and I showed it this because I know everybody is wondering how we prep for these dip powder nails, and you want to make sure that you get all these sticky dry skin cuticles off of the nail plate, because if you don't, it's not gonna work and you're gonna have lifting problems a lot. She does not allow me to push back her cuticles either. Well, she don't allow me to push back her ponchiums because she said it hurts her. So that's why her nails are kind of in different shapes. Somebody else mentioned that her nails weren't in shape right, and that's because she doesn't like her cuticles to be pushed back. Also, keep in mind that the reason why we do dip powder nails on her is because she is young. She's not like us, so she can't handle all that hard filing or nothing. I'm taking my straight edge cutter, and I'm going to cut a shape of stiletto because she wanted stilettos. So in this video, you'll be seeing me shape and file her and everything. And so I'm just so glad that I got a chance to do this, because I know a lot of people are asking how I do this part. So this is the part. If you guys have any questions, just let me know on the comment section below. But please keep in mind, your negative and rude comments will be removed, because Dip Powder Mondays, my daughter's on here, and I don't want her to read all your nasty comments. If you don't like what we come up with, then that's fine. Thanks for watching. If you want to leave a comment and it's rude, we will delete it. We do not want no negativity in this channel. I'm blending the tips with the sanding band. We prefer to do this because it just makes it to where it gives her a really thin platform instead of a thick platform. So you want to make sure it's nice and blended. Do not file the part that's already filed, like the natural nail plate. Don't file that, because we already filed that part. So be careful when you do this part. I am using the sanding band to shape her nails and to shape all the other nails. Okay, so the speed that I'm using on my nail e-file is 3. So it's level 3. That's the speed that I am using. If you have a starter drill, one of those pens, I'm not really sure if anybody uses the pens anymore. I really love those. I used to love those. but that speed, I think that speed would be halfway point. It would be halfway. But yes, if you don't feel comfortable doing this part, you could just take a file and do this part. But because we only did, you know, these nails are kind of like old. They're almost 2 weeks, so I didn't want to disturb the strength by the file. So this is easier for me. It's a lot faster for me, and it doesn't make her like nails hurt after a while, because filing hurts, you know. And I try to not do that to my clients because, you know, it can be painful. I'm coming with my 120 file so we could get that crisp stiletto look when we're shaping. If this is new for you, make sure that you kind of dole it out, like take another file and file it together so the ends are not too sharp, because you don't want to cut your client these files when they're new. They're like really sharp, especially the 120s and below, they're really sharp. So we're gonna come with a dehydrator to make sure everything is nice and clean before we come with the dip. So we're coming with a thin coat of our base gel, and we're going to dip it into clear dipping powder. So what I did was I contacted the company that sells dip powder, and I asked them if they could sell me at least 1 ounce, and that's what I did. So I will leave a link on the bottom to where I got this big bulk of dip powder, but I already mentioned it in my other video. It is from Junari Santiago Luxurious Nails. Her acrylic powders are actually, you could use them for dip powder, and I'm telling you, they are the best. Right now the only dip powder stencils that we have is EcCosmetics and the McCart, so we are waiting for some stuff to come in. But if you're interested in just your own bulk, you could go ahead and go on that link on the bottom. It is a Facebook seller, but I trust her with my life. She's my friend, and all her products so far are wonderful. I just really love Luxurious Nails. Mia's Secret also you could use for dip. They have their own glue resin, and all their powders actually work for dip, just in case you didn't know. So I will be trying that in my next video just to test it out. I do mix my colors with Mia's Secret actual colors because I think they're like way better. But yeah, I'm just answering some questions because I know I'll get a lot of them asking me if they could use regular dip, like acrylic for dip. And yes, just contact your seller and see what they say. It's always great to contact them and to see, because I did, and now I'm using the Junari for a clear base. The reason why we're doing a clear base, because today we're using black. I was got a little concerned about the black powder because it just looks like it's a pigment. Didn't even look like it had anything on it, just a pigment. So that's why we're doing all the nails a clear base, so when we file that black off, we would have the clear base in the background. So here we are with the black, and as you could tell, it is so black, very pigmented. It took us a while to dry, and I think that's because there was not really acrylic in here. I'm not really sure what's in this black, but honest. It just feels like it's just a pressed pigment, but it's fine. So we're definitely going to be reviewing this to see how long these black ones last. And we made our own mix. Well, Lily made this one and it wasn't enough glitter, so I did add a little bit of more glitter. This was the one that she made. She chose this design, so you can see me adding a little bit more glitter, because with glitter powders you have to have more glitter than the powder, and it's kind of weird. But if you have more powder than the glitter, then it's just gonna have a lot of spaces, if you can see. So if you do mix your own, make sure you put more glitter than the dip powder, because then you won't, you know what I mean, like it will be just all dip powder and scattered glitter. It won't look right. So we are coming with 2 coats of the black. As I always do, I do 2 coats of the base gel, then I dip, you know, with the black, and then I actually come with my activator. And you guys, I did look at the ingredients of the activator. I did ask for the MSDS sheet for this activator, and they're saying that the activator is like a dehydrator. So I don't know about that. We're gonna experience. We're gonna do experience to make sure that the activator. I also found out that the alcohol is actually activator. They're saying alcohol. I'm not really sure. If you guys know of anything, let me know. I'm not really going to test that out in this video, because, you know, she gets mad and she wants me to do the process. But if you ever find out, like if you do your own experience, let us know. Okay, so now we're coming in with activator, making sure this is dry. The black, we needed to come back twice because it did not dry the first time we pulled the activator on it, which was kind of weird, maybe because it was a little bit too pigmented. But we did come back a second time to cure, well, to harden or to dry this black. So I'm coming with my base gel again, and we're going to dip again, and this will be my second coat of black. Love this black. This is the most darkest color ever. She loves them, but we did make this to be a matte black, so she really loves the black. I really like how it is layering on. It's not layering clumpy. I am coming back and I am fixing the little spots that we did, you know, mess up on, because like I said, she does not allow me to push back her cuticles, so sometimes we have gaps, which is normal. It's all her choice. We don't have to push back her cuticles. If she doesn't want to push back her cuticles, these are her nails, her rules. So we're using activator again, because just to make sure that it's nice and dry. The glitter ones we don't ever have a problem with. It's this black we have a problem with. It's, you know, not drying correctly. So after I put the activator, I'm doing another coat of the gel base, and I'm putting more glitter on top. Just keep in mind, the more coats you do, the more thicker these nails are going to get. Now, if you prefer it to be thicker, I'm just going to let you know, if you do them too thin, they're not going to last. They're going to pop off. It doesn't matter how well you prep. It doesn't matter if you put a primer. It doesn't matter whatever you do. If you do it too thin, they will pop off. They're not made to be too thin. Now, if you have natural nails, then you can get away with it, you know, being too thin, but they won't last long. They will completely pop off like press-ons. Like these other fingers that I did fix, they did pop off like they were press-ons, because the first sets that we did, she said they were a little bit too thin. So we did do them a little thicker, and the more thicker you do them, I feel like they last way more. So we are coming with an activator. As you can see, I'm wiping the brush because it is black. So we are activating. So now, because the black is now finally dry, we are going to finish this set, and we're just going to cap all these nails with the clear. And I do recommend, when you do the clear on top, to leave it there for a couple seconds before you brush it down, or brush the excess clear down or whatever, because if you don't, then it's just going to leave like these streak marks of the brush on the way. So make sure that you do give it like 4 seconds before you know, wipe that excess powder off, because you don't want to just put the base gel and then dip it and then real quick wipe the powder off, because you're not getting the powder in there. So you got to let it dry just a little bit before you put the powder on, before you wipe the powder off. So I've had questions about, you know, sanitation purposes. You know, people are saying that they don't use dip powder anybody else but themselves. That's really good. That's really nice. But I do have clients that I use dip powders. Just make sure that their hands are very clean. Make sure that you sanitize your nails, their nails, and make sure the brush that you're using to wipe off all this excess powder is clean. I do have different brushes for all my girls. So make sure you're just clean, and you'll be okay using the same dip powder on other clients. Just make sure that their nails are nice and clean. So we're coming with the top coats, because we're using everything in here. The top coat, remember, it seals everything together, and I also think that it helps dries it too. So we're doing the top coat, and then we're going to come back and file. Come with the base gel, really thin base gel. All we did was buff a little bit on the top and take our 120 grit file and actually perfected the shape. We did not file that much, because dip powders, I love dip powder. You don't really have to worry about, you know, over filing, because it just lays perfect. So that's the problem that you're having. Just make sure that you do a thin, even coat, and then when you dip, you don't have to worry about it being lumpy. So I really love dip powders because it's so easy to work with. So we're using a base gel. You could use your base gel, whatever base gel you want. And then we're coming with the top coat, and we're going to cure both base gel and top coat in my LED lamp for about 60 seconds. They look like we added a matte top coat for the black fingers, and this is what they came out. I really like the glitter. I really like the black. I think this is a different look compared to what she really gets. I really love dip powder. Let me know what you think, and if you want to see other videos, let me know what colors you want to do. We are making our own colors, so keep an eye out for that video, because we will be doing our own little colors. So I hope you like this. Thumbs up if you do, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. See you next time.